Hey everyone, I'm here with a quick story on Wendy Williams. You know, Wendy Williams, unfortunately, she signed off on having a guardian, but she didn't realize what she was quite signing off on. She didn't realize she thought that this guardian was just going to help save her from people stealing her money. She didn't understand the gravity of it. She didn't understand that she was going to lose all control over her own life and everything that she did from that point on agreeing to have a guardian. That guardian would tell her what to do, when to do, who she can marry, if she can marry. It's wild and it's crazy, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get right into this story. And also today was Wendy Williams Day. They declared it April 1st, Wendy Williams Day, where they was gonna have a march at 10 o'clock in the morning in New York in front of the facility where Wendy Williams is currently being housed. And also there was gonna be a movement in LA. Now let me go ahead and share a screen so we could get more into this story. Listen, I will tell you this, there's plenty. I'd be lying to you if I don't tell if I said I didn't. There's plenty of things where I have signed and did not quite know what I was signing. Even, I was in my right state of mind. And what do I mean by that? Yes, I had a lawyer when I bought my house because you have to have one. You'd be stupid not to do this transaction without a lawyer, right? But the amount of paperwork you're signing when you're purchasing a home is astronomical. I mean, it is yay high. So on that particular note, my lawyer was there at the table with me, and she was like, "This means this on this page. You got an issue here. I initials. This means this on this page. You got to sign here. I sign. This means this. This means that. That means that." The lawyer explained everything to me. Now, if the lawyer misexplained something to me, or I didn't understand it and I didn't ask questions, well, it's a shame on me. But I'm just giving you this conversation to say that yes, there are plenty of things in my life that I have just signed and didn't think twice about it, and I found out the consequences when I went to use certain service. But let's get into the Wendy story. So Wendy Williams initially thought guardianship was for finances, not loss of control. The source tells, page 6 in the Saturday New York Post. Now I'm gonna play this so we can go back down memory lane of where Wendy Williams started and how she got to the point that she's at today. Let's just take a listen.
Silenced. The former talk show host, who has continued to deny her dementia diagnosis, filed to end her guardianship last month. All Wendy wants is her freedom back, and page 6 is giving you a synopsis of everything she's been going through. Wendy went on a hiatus from her talk show around 2020 due to ongoing health issues, including her struggles with Graves' disease, and the show was officially canceled in February of 2022. 2 years later, in February of 2024, Wendy's team announced that the former radio host was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia as well as aphasia. The disclosure of her diseases came ahead of the release of Lifetime's documentary, Where is Wendy Williams? Soon after, Wendy's life had taken a dark turn. Wells Fargo froze her accounts, the court ordered her to be in a guardianship, she was deemed incapacitated and was also sent to live in an assisted living facility. However, Wendy called her current situation emotional abuse in a bombshell interview with the Breakfast Club earlier this year.
I am not cognitively impaired. You know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying?
She slammed her diagnosis as disgusting and fake and said it's a very rare thing for anybody to have. Wendy's legal guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, responded to the public denial hours later by requesting another medical evaluation for the former talk show host in a court filing to determine her current mental health status. According to TMZ, the former radio host reportedly signed an affidavit requesting that a judge remove her legal guardian, and insiders from the outlet further allege that Wendy claims she has regained capacity to function independently. During this time, a former longtime producer of The Wendy Williams Show has reconnected with the embattled host and posted a video on Instagram expressing her concern.
You guys have been asking me for years if I've heard from Wendy and what I'm doing to help Wendy. And I'm going to be honest, I hadn't heard from Wendy in years until last week. This horrible guardianship she's in, it is horrible and it's terrifying. And so, hashtag free Wendy all the way, all day. And she really just needs our love and support. Just send prayers to her.
According to the Post, cops were recently called to do a wellness check soon after the former talk show host tossed a piece of paper to a photographer from the window of her fifth-story room at a New York City assisted living facility. Her handwritten message simply read, Help! Exclamation point. Wendy! Exclamation point. And according to photos, she walked to the ambulance on her own as she was escorted by a handful of police. After acing a psychiatric evaluation, Wendy Williams has reportedly been deemed to be alert and oriented. Sources told TMZ that a psychiatrist examined the former talk show host at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City and declared that her mental capacity is fully intact, saying she scored 10 out of 10 on a capacity test. The tabloid was also told that the results of the exam will be forwarded to a judge who is looking into Wendy's case to end her guardianship after she denied her frontal temporal dementia diagnosis in January. Wendy's set to do a phone interview with The View on March 14th.
And that already happened. So she didn't know. But what you don't know, it can hurt you. Wendy Williams initially believed that a legal guardianship would be limited to oversee just her finances, not the entirety of her private life, according to a new report. The former talk show host, 60, was assigned a court-ordered guardian after being diagnosed with frontal temporal dementia, a degenerative disease that causes memory loss. However, Williams allegedly agreed to the courts to be overseen by her court-appointed legal guardian, Sabrina, People reports. Williams' healthcare advocate, Gina Lisa, has alleged that Williams sought out a guardianship because she thought it would tighten up her finances, not control her life. She wanted to make sure nobody's in her money and she would be fine. Gina Lisa told the outlet. She kind of felt like, hey, I have the court. They're going to assign me a money person. I'm going to be good. In no way did she think that our whole life was going to be taken away from her. A month after she was assigned a court-appointed guardian, Williams was spotted passed out at a Louis Vuitton store in New York City. I remember those photos. It was sad. It was horrific. At first, I thought, like, this can't be so, but it was. The ordeal prompted her to check into a wellness facility in September 2022. A lot of people would be like, well, I would question the guardianship more. But when everything is happening so quickly and the bank is saying someone's trying to take your money and there's something going on, you're just trying to kind of save yourself, Gina Lisa said. Why would you not trust the courts, right? Why would the courts become your enemy? Under legal guardianship, Williams is now unable to decide where she lives, how to spend her money or her time without a special permission from Sabrina, her guardian. She's also not allowed to vote or marry, which that is insane. But it reminds me of Britney Spears, right? She couldn't get married. She couldn't have kids. She couldn't do this. And she wanted out of that guardianship so she could like live her life out loud again. And literally she's living her life out loud. And I think that, it shouldn't be all or nothing, so to speak. It shouldn't be either you have the guardianship and you have these tight ropes wrapped around you, figuratively speaking, or you have nothing. I think it needs to be something in between. Like you have a lot of your freedom, but you still have someone overseeing you to make sure you kind of don't fall in that rabbit hole or fall by the wayside. And I feel like they need that in between because Britney Spears need it, in my opinion, and so does Wendy. I don't think Wendy's 100%, but I don't like the way that they have her just on lockdown, so to speak, where prisoners have more rights than Wendy Williams. You have no rights, Gina Lisa said. Somebody in prison has more rights than a person put under a guardianship. Last month, Williams took a mental capacity test during a routine hospital appointment. In a surprise live call to Good Day New York, Williams told host Rosanna Scotto that she passed a mental acuity evaluation with flying colors. As she remains holed up at the mental facility, her sister Wanda Finney has continually raised concerns over the way the guardianship system is handling Wendy's care. How did she go from this aunt or sister that we love and is healthy 1 minute to this person who's in and out of the hospital? Finney asks. Still, Williams is not losing hope. Wendy feels as if she has a voice and change to get and a chance to get out. That's probably should say. She doesn't have to try to get an alternative plan. Gina Lisa said she's able to get counsel. Everybody's looking at the case. And there's movement. People are listening to her now. So she's confident that she's going to continue to fight. The Post reached out to Williams' rep for a comment. And of course, they had no comment yet. I'm praying for Wendy. no matter what people think or not think about Wendy, she was doing a job when she was doing it. And many people now, even though they want to claim that's not what they do some form of what Wendy Williams does or what Wendy Williams did. Even if they're doing the soft and pink version of it, they're doing it, right? She was the trailblazer for this kind of gossip type of situation. And a dozen of people are doing this currently on YouTube. And I'm saying dozen, I mean, it's thousands of people that are currently doing this on YouTube. So Wendy Williams, if Wendy Williams is catching karma, then God help all the thousands of YouTubers. I mean, what's going to happen to all of us? But anyway, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. I think that with Wendy, I think that she does need freedom. I don't know how much freedom, but if her family is willing to be the caretaker, then I think the family should be allowed to be the caretaker, because I think her current situation is absolutely insane. But, and also, guys, let me know, did you ever, and be truthful, just sign something and you didn't know 100% of what you were signing because you didn't physically read it yourself? Somebody just told you, oh, it means this, it means that. Just sign there. You're going to be fine, and you make your monthly payments. Anyway, guys, chat with me. I'll chat back. See you on the next video.